Examining all dimensions of this terror act. We know that persons overseas are involved and connected in this act. We know that persons who are incarcerated presently have connection in this act. We know that multiple gangs are connected and involved in this act. Every gang, every person who in any way facilitated, provided the arms, or were involved and pulled the trigger themselves, we will find you and we will bring you to justice. I want that to be absolutely clear. We will not treat this as another.
Why are you smiling? What is smile for? Yeah, so we should not treat this as another criminal act. So we are smile for?
A criminal act. We will treat this as an act of terror. All well-thinking Jamaicans should raise their voice in concert against the high levels of crime and against the government in not doing enough in controlling.
Now welcome back to another exclusive for live. Now blessing goes out to all my viewers and all my subbies, all my well-wishers. Like, share and also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Coming up in today's topic and review.
Intelligence from the kinetic operations in the field to seeking the support of our partners to get those who are overseas, who are facilitating and directing and funding the criminal operations here. No stone will be left unturned.
Now blessing upon blessing my viewers and my subscribers, and may I say thanks for tuning in to another one exclusive for a topic discussion and review. Now may I bring that one you tune in with a every art in because may I telling you say it happening again and again. History repeat itself. 17 shot, 8 dead, and me see some things that I don't like, and I go point it out to you, because I know say I like point out things to you, But first, let me get into this article. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has declared war on all gangs operating in Jamaica. The Prime Minister made the declaration following the massacre of 8 people in Cherry Tree Lane, Clarendon on Sunday night. In a media conference at his St. Andrew office on Monday, Holness warns all gangsters involved in the brutal killing that they would be brought to justice one way or another. It's one of the most savage episodes in Jamaican recent history. 8 persons were shot dead by a man wielding rifle and handguns. One of those murder was a primary school boy. He was only 7 years old. Other persons deceased are Kelvin Daly, 27, Diamond Bennett, 50 years old, Errol Stewart, 68, Courtney Mansa, and a lady named Margaret. Those are names of some of the people who have lost their lives so far. On Monday, a tough-talking Prime Minister Andrew Holness vowed that the security force would hunt down the gangsters responsible. Members of the Jamaica Defence Force have also been activated to assist the police in tracking those who are responsible. Mr. Holness said the state will make no distinction between those who fire the weapons and those who may be involved in the crime in other ways. The security force have already declared a wrath of curfew across the section of Clarendon and St. Catherine as they go in search of those responsible for the murders. Mr. Holness says such a horrifying crime must never again occur in Jamaica. The police are theorizing that the killing are a reprisal act for a murder of a woman some time ago. The lawmen have so far declined the name of the gang that they believe involved in the mass shooting. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Andrew Holness declared that persons outside Jamaica and those currently behind bars are also involved in Sunday's massacre. The Prime Minister says the security force are cooperating with overseas partner to track down those who may be outside Jamaica borders. Mr. Holness says Sunday attacks was meant to excite fear across the society. Say I tell me say for one dead woman, yeah, the reprisal is to send fear into society, cause that interested send fear into society. So because of one woman that was murdered, these gangsters thought it was necessary to send fear into society, Mr. Andrew Holness. Papa Jesus. Now my viewers and my subscribers, does that make any sense to you? Now I want you to check out what this lady says, who lost her family in the incident, and she's saying that the community has been peaceful, so this kind of surprising to them how this just occurred. And from, as you know, the street are saying that this community is a strong PNP whole community. And I play a little clip when you can hear Mr. Prime Minister is saying that there has been rumors going around that it might be political associated and people should not go around and, you know what I mean, spread those kind of rumors, which I totally agree. But however, I just want to hear from this report, from this CVJ, from a witness who was there. She actually said her mom husband died in her mom and he was, I think, 58, because there was a 7-year-old, a 50-year-old, a 60-year-old, you know what I mean, a 27-year-old. So it's just like most elderly people. So I can't understand. And as they said, they move from one location and then go to a next location, and them say them want to wipe out the whole community. So who this woman that them a reprisal for? So she important? Papa Jesus, that the whole of Jamaica should be in fear because of her death? Wanna listen to this here, people?
But several men invaded the community. We understand about 5 of them, heavily armed, came in and exclaimed they're planning to kill everybody in the community. They then opened gunfire on the persons gathered here. In the end, when the shooting subsided, 17 people were shot. Yes, 17. 8 died, 9 were injured. They were in hospital battling for their lives. I spoke with one of the relatives of the deceased, of some of the deceased.
No, I wouldn't expect nothing like that. Nothing. Everybody in the community, everybody work. Everybody work. So I wouldn't expect nothing like that.
Has there been any issues in the community recently, like shootings, disagreements that you think could have caused this?
No. No, everybody just peaceful.
How are you and your relatives trying to cope right now? How do you manage, if that is possible?
Right now, we don't know we are going to manage. I tell you, we don't know we are going to manage. My mother, we know she lose her belly pain. Her husband dead in her hand. So, something we can't come out and nobody doing that. That is a scar for life.
No, residents admit this community has had its fair share of crime and violence in the past, but for the past few months, things have been relatively calm. It is why they're unable to come to terms with this deadly, gruesome attack.
If you talk to me down in the comment section, let me know what I go on out there, my viewers and my subscribers. It makes sense to me down in the comment section. Please and thank you. Let's go.
About 9 p.m., a group of citizens from the church.
Now the Deputy Commissioner Fitz Bailey saying the same thing as the Prime Minister, saying that this act is on the border of a terrorist act and this is to install fear into the whole community. Now why would they want to install fear into the whole community because of one woman? Why it don't make no sense to me, brother? Here we have to say anyway.
About 9 p.m., a group of citizens from the Cherry Tree Lane community of 4 Park Clarendon were assembled at a car wash playing bingo when a group of men approached and opened fire, killing 8 persons, including an 8-year-old boy and 3 females. 9 persons, including a 1-year and 9-month-old baby, were shot and injured and are at the hospital. It is an unfortunate and brutal incident, one that I think borders on terrorism, because I think this act is to instill fear and to intimidate the community. The police is committed to ensure that justice is done, and we are using all our resources to ensure that the perpetrators are found and face justice. We are at an early stage of our investigation. The scene is currently being processed. Consequently, I will not say much more, but we promise this country and this nation that we are going to get to the bottom of this, and those who are responsible will face justice.
Now, the police, in a statement right here, says that the police are theorizing that the killing are a reprisal act for a woman that was murdered some time ago. As the Prime Minister said, this is not a reprisal, but this is a terrorist act on the people in that community. Because from what this report and what the people are saying is like these guys, they came to kill everybody in the community. So I don't know, it's strange what's going on here. So however, listen to what the Prime Minister say. You can let me know your thoughts down in the comment section.
Gangs are connected and involved in this act. Every gang, every person who in any way facilitated, provided the arms, or were involved and pulled the trigger themselves, we will find you and we will bring you to justice. I want that to be absolutely clear. We will not treat this as another criminal act. We will treat this as an act of terror. Therefore, we have given directions to the security forces to launch an all-out assault on the gangs that are involved, indeed any gang that is involved. There is no way that 8 persons can be killed in one incident in Jamaica and the state stands as if nothing happened. No. Every gang member, every gang will feel the full force of the state today. This must never happen again in Jamaica. Last year, November, another act of terror took place where a gangster with a high-powered weapon shot up a public passenger vehicle and killed 2 innocent children. I made the commitment that they would be found and brought to justice. And indeed, they were. Today, I make a similar commitment. And everyone who is involved in this will be brought to justice, in whichever form the justice is visited upon them. We have played with gangs for far too long. We have treated them as if they were Robin Hoods. Communities have been too sympathetic to them. Communities have given them succor and protection. We must use this as the opportunity to draw the line finally in the sand and to separate the gangs from our communities. The gangs are not merely youngsters who are poor and dispossessed. If you have that view, you are under a disillusion. You're misguided. The gangs are, some of them, second and third generation, meaning that they have transitioned from just street level operations to higher level coordinated activities to transnational, and some of them have transitioned into business. The gangs are organized economic enterprises. They parade as if they are in the community to protect you, but no, that's not what they're there for. They are there to use your community as cover to carry out illegal activities and to make profit from it. They are there to organize violence. I want you to think carefully on what happened yesterday, last night. Someone had to acquire a vehicle. Someone had to acquire high-powered weapons and the ammunition. Someone had to plan, whether it is to gather the intelligence that an event was being kept. Someone was probably there as a lookout. Someone had to probably call in others to come in who could do the shooting. This was coordinated. So this is what we call organized armed violence.
Because as the Prime Minister is kind of indicating that people should not say that this thing is connected in any kind of political way, but from how it want to look on the ground. Why would these gunmen enter the community, stop at one location, you know what I mean, and then move on to another location? Is just like they definitely intend to terrorize and send a message to those people of the community. Now we need to get to the bottom of this, but as you know, this just happened, but as days go by, we're going to get more and more information, and cause something to look right here. So
all well-thinking Jamaicans should raise their voice in concert against the high levels of crime and against the government in not doing enough in controlling.
Jamaica is sickened by yet another depraved act of wanton violence, which in this incident at Cherry Tree Lane has been directly inflicted against 17 people, 8 of whom were killed, including several women and a young boy. There have been multiple killings in Clarendon in recent years, with this one being the most egregious. I stand ready to cooperate with the government to achieve bipartisan constitutional action to come to grips with this utterly untenable situation. The only way forward is for us to work together and to find consensus around practical solutions that can make the change that Jamaica needs.